Throw Gang, we are joined by the Romance Raja, the King of Curls, the Film Pharaoh. Call him RFK how he's killing these scripts. Call him RDJ how he's delivering these lines. He's not the stepbrother. He's the brother who stepped up to the stage. He keeps it correct on his set. Gangs in New York. Call him Al Capone how he killed it in Chicago. You got dry dick, he got Dewey Cox. You got a soft 2, he got a hard 8. Not in school, but when he links up with PTA, he's changing these kids' lives. Oh, you're not fucking with his filmography? How about you film out Grab on D's nuts? He puts the antic and romantic. His prostate must be bipolar because the stream's going nuts. Call him Wayne Crooney how his songs got the mans united. His life thespian, your life pedestrian. The star of Cyrus, Miley. Getting big bills, O'Reilly. The music's hot and steamy, Hawaii. Got the comedic chops, Smiley. And the drama with a stiff upper lip, Kylie. Oscar-nominated actor and Grammy-nominated musician whose new album, What's Not to Love, is out on June 13th. John C. Reilly. John, how the hell are you?
I'm very good after that introduction. Holy cow, you were spitting rhymes there.
Try my best, bro.
Got some verses.
I got a potential EGOT in the building, you know?
Yeah. Gotta come correct.
One day.
I gotta get moving.
You're 0 for 4, honestly. So come on, let's pick it up. How you doing?
Actually, I was emanated. Are you supposed to win all those things to become an EGOT?
Yes.
So okay. Unfortunately.
Well, it was nominated for a Grammy,
Facts.
nominated for a Tony, nominated for an Oscar, and what's the S? No, E-G.
Emmy.
And not an Emmy.
Right.
Golden Globe.
That's not.
Yeah. EGOT. That's a G, isn't it?
No, Grammy.
Oh, Grammy.
Golden Globes, no one cares about those.
Tony.
So you got the GEGOT.
Okay. I just got
Yeah.
nominations.
It's an honor just to be nominated, though, right?
Yeah, it is.
Actually, it is. It is kind of better to be nominated than to win.
Really? Why is that?
Find all the pressure that comes with it. Like if you win, you're kind of like expected to deliver something really big next.
Speech?
You know,
Like a speech?
well, or just like the next job you choose has to be as good as your Oscar winning whatever. And if you're nominated, it just kind of gets you into the matrix.
Okay.
You know, like it tells people that you're there and you're part of the conversation.
I have arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have anything written down at the Oscars when you were nominated for Chicago?
Well, that was a strange one because we had just gone to war. So I don't think I had anything specific other than to maybe thank the people that I did musicals with when I was a kid.
Oh,
and then
cool,
maybe
dude.
have like a moment of silence for peace in the world. But I didn't have to give that.
And there was no peace because you didn't get your fucking Oscar. That's
well,
what
Chris
happens.
Cooper won that year, and he was fantastic in adaptation.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Well, John, we want to thank you for joining
So a
us.
good guy won.
Yeah.
The good guys sometimes do win.
Mm-hmm.
We want to thank you for joining us. I have a question for you. It is a very humid, muggy day here in New York. Does your hair go crazy in the humidity?
I would take off my hat, but let me see. My hair
This is why you pay for the video, folks.
Yeah.
There we
Going
go.
brule mode over here, dude.
Because I'm sweating through my shirt personally.
How's that?
It looks great, honestly. It's kind of like, that's like a signature look.
I wish it did kind of go along with humidity because then I could predict it, but it's usually just on a schedule of its own.
Yeah.
You can't tame this beast.
No.
You can't cage this time.
You know, I used to try to tame it. When I was a kid, I really wanted straight hair. And I kept telling my mom, can't you like give me a brush? And I would brush it to the side. And I was I heard you could get your hair straightened. And I was like, I'm going to get my hair straightened. And then one day, this kid in my class, Joe Reilly, who had really kinky curly hair, did get his hair straightened. This was in 7th grade. And I looked at him and I was like, even as a kid, I realized that is the saddest thing I've ever seen. And I'm never brushing my hair again.
Right.
And I'm never going to get my hair straightened. And I literally stopped parting my hair on that day.
Oh, wow.
And I've never done it since.
Thank you,
Unless
Joe.
it's a character.
Whatever.
Yeah, shout out to that guy.
Yeah, I'm sure his curly hair came back.
Yeah.
You know, it was mighty kinky.
Well, John, before we started podcasting, you recorded something over there with the homie Isaac, and you turn and you go, so is this the Fits thing? And it is.
It is, yeah.
And what's the first thing we start off with, Lawrence?
John Christopher Reilly, the first thing we'd like to do is a fit check. If you could just quickly walk us through everything that you wore to Throwing Fits today.
Which
Fit
is
check. Well, this
exquisite
hat,
outfit.
You look great,
who
dude.
made this hat? I don't remember who made this hat.
Do you know the type of hat?
Yes, it's a Panama straw hat, fedora.
You're a hatsman.
I always wear the brim up. Some people do this, but that
Oh, there he is.
kind of makes you look like, I don't know,
little
like
ranch,
your
eh?
weird old uncle on
Yeah.
vacation or something.
A Nazi hiding in Brazil, maybe Argentina.
Yes. But yeah, I'm not a Nazi.
He's not, to be clear. Sorry.
Yeah, and this is called a Wabash stripe denim. And I'm a big fan of it because it kind of looks like pinstriping, but it's like old school and has like a train history to it.
Very Midwestern Chicago.
Yeah, or Southern. It's a very popular fabric that they make overalls out of. But I'm a 3-piece man. I like to yeah, and I'm especially these days really into workwear. You know, like the kind of jackets and pants that like painters wear,
right?
Or carpenter pants or that kind of stuff. But you do it like in a 3-piece ensemble.
Elevated. This
is by this company. They're called Bronson, I think. Nice. Bronson Manufacturing. And
sounds hard.
There's a lot of these companies that you don't really know where they come from. It looks like maybe they took like a legacy name and bought the name or bought the logo and something. Anyway, they had a Wabash stripe 3-piece suit in my size. Fire. So they became one of my favorites.
Do you do like any work in your workwear, or is it just kind of like suiting in workwear fabrics?
I definitely do a lot of work in my workwear. I have another great, I just got a great work suit, like chore coat pants ensemble from Mont Saint-Michel in France. They were like one of the original workwear companies from France. And I actually work in a friend of mine's pottery studio. Oh, cool. I'm like his shop assistant. His name is Adam Silverman, and he makes these incredible giant clay pots and things. So I help him when it comes time to move things. I call myself the transportation coordinator, and I wear my work suit when I'm there, my chore coat. Yeah.
A lot of guys in New York that are doing like a similar thing. They've never lifted a finger in their life, so we just had to ask.
You can spot those guys, right?
No, usually drinking $9 cortados,
right here, baby.
I mean, I literally have worked as a carpenter, and I've done a lot of manual labor jobs, and I know my way around a complete set of tools. So
that hammer loop is hammering.
Yeah.
Your pants don't fall down when you put one in.
What about the shirt underneath?
The shirt. I'm glad you asked, because this is one of my favorite. Well, in general, I've come to really love custom shirts. And there's this company called Anto in Los Angeles that has been doing it for multiple generations. They've been doing like every famous movie star, politician, mover, shaker, man for like the last 40 plus years or something. And when you go to their workshop in the Valley, they took over this old bank to set up where they make the shirts. And in the vault, they have the sizes for all those people. You can see Frank Sinatra's sizes. Oh, shit. Like his shirt measurements.
Right.
And when I did the Winning Time show on HBO about the Lakers, and I played Dr. Jerry Buss, it turns out they had Jerry Buss's shirt measurements there. And a lot of the shirts that I wore in that show were just like copies of what
big old collars.
Yeah. Very open, very body positive.
Fly with those collars. Do they have like young Marlon Brando and then like fat Marlon Brando? Like,
neck size went up a couple.
I don't know. But I know that the press that I got about those shirts, I think that was my proudest moment on the whole experience of that show. I think it was in Vogue. They said, let's have a moment to talk about the shirts on Jerry Buss or something. And she went through like how many buttons unbuttoned in this scene or that scene. And it was just this appreciation for the shirts, and they're still killing it there.
Yeah.
Anto.
They're doing better than Winning Time, if we're being honest. That was
yeah.
So custom shirts, is that a habit that came when you first got your first nomination? You're like, yo, I got nomination money now. I can do custom shirts.
Matrix money.
Well, it's one of those things like it's like rent or buy, like
yeah, true.
It really is.
True.
Like you can buy a bunch of shirts off the shelf or whatever, and they almost fit you. I mean, if you know how to fit yourself in a shirt, you can, because sometimes you have it's not just the sizes but the cut of the shirt. The different brands fit differently. Some of them have all this room, some of them don't. So if you can fit yourself, you can get yourself pretty dialed in on a shirt off the shelf. But
no, it's the move for sure.
Yeah, those custom shirts, they don't last very long. First of all,
right?
They end up kind of getting uncomfortable. I mean, I had used to buy a lot of shirts from Brooks Brothers, and the top of the collars would just start wearing out, and I was like, wow, this is actually a cheap shirt. Like,
yep.
But if you go to a place like Anto, every single time you put it on, you're like, this is my shirt. It even has my
Oh, yeah?
It's monogrammed?
initials. Yeah, but you go low key.
Sure.
Right.
You
Oh,
see it?
tonal. Yeah.
Tone
Wanna
on
look at that.
tone.
Can't you see
JCR.
the nice tonal stripe on that bad boy too to kind of
Yeah,
match
that's the other thing. You can
pinstripes.
go through. They have all these fabrics. You
Yeah.
can pick all these different fabrics. And so what I'm saying is, if you can invest in the front end of your clothes,
Right.
or you can invest in the back end, and like
Your pants.
by having to replace all these lame shirts that you bought from Macy's or whatever.
That's growth. That's
Yeah.
wisdom.
Mm-hmm.